Hey folks, today we're going to talk about a few new features are rolling out to Shirley just as of today. We're actually going to be evaluating something that we have on our internal staging environment so that we can see that it's ready to go and get pushed out to production for everybody to be able to try it. So there's three big things that we're launching today. The first one is a proof of concept, our beta version, if you will, of our flying skills maneuvers, starting with private pilot maneuvers. And so really what this is a really cool way of being able to have lessons with Shirley. Essentially our goal is that you would be able to save time if you're getting your private pilot's license by doing lessons and getting coaching with Shirley so that you're prepared for your private pilot's lessons. And so hopefully they'll save you hours and things like that. I want to show you today how some of those interactions work with Shirley. I'm really excited to show you. The second one is one I'll just show you in two things actually that I'll show you in person. And so why don't we get started? Hey Shirley, we are going to do a demo of a couple new features inside of Shirley today. Are you ready to show some people what we can do?
Ready and excited, let's show them what Shirley can do in a Cessna Skyhawk 172P.
Oh, hold on, Shirley. We're going to switch airplanes. We're going to fly in Austin Myers Landcare Evolution. So you can't see that. We have this drop down now. When you hit the drop down, it doesn't show in the OBS, but we're going to go ahead and get started here.
Airplane teammate is up. Mic check when ready.
Hey, Shirley, mic check. How are you doing today?
Shirley back in a Landcare Evolution turbine, ready to assist.
It's a pretty nice airplane, don't you think, Shirley?
Absolutely, it's a beauty. Ready for takeoff?
Well, actually, we're going to show some new features. We're doing a demo video. I was hoping that we could start by let's go ahead and connect to X-Plane. I'm connected to X-Plane now. I want to show some people some of the new features. Can you actually set the time to be like midnight or something like that?
Time set to midnight. What's next on the demo list?
Well, you know, before we take off, we should probably turn on the lights on the airplane. Should we turn on the lights?
Roger that. Turning on all lights. All lights are on. Ready for the next step?
So that's the landing lights, right?
Whoops, having trouble. I'm going to need you to reconnect our chat.
All right, so let's see what happened here. This is why we're actually testing this stuff out here in staging. So we'll go ahead and reconnect. The goal of this video is to see if it's ready to go into production, but you know, hey Shirley, we're back here in the Landcare Evolution.
Shirley back in a Landcare Evolution turbine on the ground.
Sounds good, and we are going to taxi for the runway. Are the strobe lights on?
Negative. I'll turn on taxi and navigation lights. Taxi and navigation lights are on.
So you can see this is sort of the first go at us being able to interact with X-Plane directly and be able to set data refs and things like that. Hey Shirley, could you mute for 1 second? I want to tell people about what we're up to.
Muted.
So another thing we've done is that we now have a checkbox for muting, and we've actually made it so that, you know, you don't actually unmute Shirley unless you say unmute. So I've just unmuted Shirley. Shirley, can you re-mute, please?
Muted.
And Shirley is a little bit more concise when you do say mute, so that's pretty nice. So let's do this. Unmute Shirley.
Unmuted.
And you can actually use that checkbox in order to mute and unmute Shirley, which is really nice. So Shirley, can you make it actually 11 a.m. Zulu? Okay, perfect.
Zulu time. Roger.
So Shirley, we are clear to enter runway 33, and we're going to take off, okay?
Roger. Cleared to enter runway 33.
Shirley, I'm going to need the flaps to 25%. Can you do that for me?
Flaps set to 25%.
So there you go. That's pretty nice, too. Here we go. We're rolling.
Roger. Let's have a smooth takeoff.
What's VY in this thing?
Landcare Evolution turbine. Pratt & Whitney PT6
What's
A135A
VY?
engine.
Shirley VY. Shirley disconnected on us. So there's clearly a couple things going on here that we have to debug before pushing to production, but you can get a little bit of a sense of what we're up to. Shirley, you up? So I'm going to go ahead and refresh this page.
Airplane teammate is up. Mic check when.
Hey, Shirley.
Shirley back in a Land Care Evolution turbine, available for anything you need.
Sweet, thanks very much. Hey, can you go ahead and put the flaps up?
Flaps retracted.
Awesome. Now, can you do me a favor and get that gear up?
Landing gear up.
So that'll really help with a few different things, being able to ask Shirley to do stuff that's kind of hard to do while you're flying in a sim with just one of these. So that's pretty neat.
Glad to help. Anything else you need?
So, actually, Shirley, yes, I think we're going to go transition gears here and be able to start thinking about doing some training.
Roger that. What training mode would you like to start with?
Oh, that's okay. I think we have to go through the lessons portal in order to get through that. So I'll disconnect and then I'll reconnect with you in a second.
Copy that. I'll be here when you're ready.
Sweet. So ending call there. So actually now you can look at the website. You can go under these private pilot maneuvers course. And so there are a couple new things that are really kind of awesome here. And looking forward to sharing some of those with you. So you can go ahead and select the lesson. And some of the ones that are really, really neat are the steep turns and also the turns about a point. So let's start with steep turns because that sounds pretty fun. It's not going to know that we're in the Land Care Evolution. It's going to think that we're in a 172. I'll tell it to maybe wing it, but here we go. Hey, Shirley.
Shirley back in a Cessna Skyhawk 172P steep turns mode preparation phase.
So, Shirley, we're actually going to be in a Land Care Evolution. It's just the flight we already started, and we're doing a demo right now. So let's just go with it. It should be all exactly the same, except I might ask you to put the gear down for stability.
Roger that. Let's proceed with the steep turns demo. First, perform clearing turns to ensure the area is clear of traffic.
All right, here we go, Shirley. I'm going to do some clearing turns. Do me a favor and put those flaps down all the way.
Unable to set flaps. Please adjust manually.
Oh, okay.
Continue with clearing turns.
To X-plane here.
Roger. Let me know when you're connected.
All right, should be connected. Can you put those flaps down for me?
Flaps are down. Continue with clearing turns.
So, yep. Oh, okay, so let's do that. And now also put down the landing gear for me, please. I want some more stability.
Landing gear down. Continue with clearing turns.
All right, doing these clearing turns.
Great. Once you're done, stabilize the aircraft at desired altitude and airspeed.
How do I do clearing turns? Am I supposed to do 90 degrees and then the other way 90 degrees, or what is it?
Exactly. Turn 90 degrees in one direction, then 90 degrees back to the original heading.
You supposed to turn real steep or not?
No, gentle turns are fine. Just ensure the area is clear of traffic.
Yeah, I think it's clear of traffic. I don't see anybody on ADSB either.
Great. Now stabilize the aircraft at desired altitude and airspeed.
All right, put it in my pitch trim to get it stabilized here. Okay.
Perfect. Once stable, choose a visual reference point on the horizon.
Okay, I'm in Vermont, so I'm gonna pick one of these nice mountains in the distance. I don't know which one's Camel's Hump here in sim. I think it's a little bit more south since it's sunrise. But anyway, I'm going to point at... Let's fly into the sun. How about that?
Sounds good. Have you reviewed the ACS standards for steep turns?
No, not really.
All right, let's review them quickly. Establish recommended airspeed or a safe airspeed not exceeding VA. Roll into a coordinated 360 degrees steep turn with at least a 45 degrees bank. Perform the turn in both directions. Maintain entry altitude plus 100 feet, airspeed plus 10 knots, bank plus 5 dig, and roll out on entry heading plus 10 degree.
So it's just one turn, yeah?
Yes, one 360 degrees turn in each direction.
Okay, let's do it.
Begin your 360 degrees turn. Choose left or right and roll into a 45 degrees bank.
Turning.
Add back pressure to maintain altitude and a bit of power to maintain airspeed.
And then you want me to immediately roll it to the way back?
No, complete the 360 degrees turn first. Then we'll do the opposite direction.
Done.
Great. Now roll into a 360 degrees turn in the opposite direction.
See, it's kind of hard.
Steep turns are challenging. Remember to use visual references and adjust back pressure and power as needed.
All right, done.
Excellent. Let's analyze your performance.
Sweet. Let's take a look.
You maintained a good bank angle, but had some altitude variation. Here are 3 key points for improvement. 1, smoother entry and exit. Aim for a more gradual roll-in and roll-out to maintain consistent bank angles. 2, altitude control. Apply back pressure more consistently to avoid altitude gain or loss. 3, power management. Adjust power smoothly to maintain airspeed. You would need to improve altitude control to meet ACS standards fully, but overall nice effort.
So what's in the middle of so that's altitude over time. So did you record both turns? I think what you probably wanted to do was have me immediately roll out into the opposite direction as opposed to, and put the gear up for me, please. So I think what you wanted me to do was to be able to just immediately turn and keep that turn going, because it was distracting to have to stop and fly into the sunset for a while, or the sunrise.
Understood. Let's try it again. This time rolling directly from one turn into the opposite direction. Ready?
Shirley, can you put that as feedback though for you? So anyway, there's this feature now. You can actually see these images. Shirley, mute for a second when you hear this. So you can see how we have now the ability to create these charts based on your actual flight. And so you have this sort of, altitude chart in the case of the steep turn, and then you have the bank angle versus total degrees turn. So this is going for both directions. And it really sets you up to be able to have pretty excellent type of feedback on your flight. And so you've got this one right now for steep turns. There's one for turns about a point, which I'm not even going to try to do right now, which it is a little bit on the challenging side of my current setup, which is one of these things in my streaming setup going. But let's see here. Shirley, anything else you want to tell people about how our new training modes work? Unmute.
Unmuted. Ready to continue?
So one of the things that happens is now with the new mute mode, Shirley isn't actually listening to everything that you're saying. Shirley, I was just telling them how some of these training modes work. Anything else that we should tell them about what's pretty cool in our training modes here?
One cool feature is the ability to analyze flight data instantly, providing visual feedback on your maneuvers. This helps you understand and improve your flying skills in real time.
I totally agree, Shirley. All right, thanks for your help, Shirley. I think we're gonna call it quits here.
You're welcome. Happy flying and see you next time.
See you next time, Shirley. All right, so those are some of the major updates. Clearly, we got to go take a look at some of the activations and sort of the set points for simulators a little bit more, since it is causing some slight stability issues when flying with Shirley. We really don't want that to be happening. We are pretty excited to have some improvements to the sort of mute system and and some other aspects like that. But yeah, so let us know what you think. You can leave a comment, join our Discord. The Discord's pretty active. We have a blog where we'll put out a post about this new technology, and we're pretty excited to keep iterating on it, especially with the feedback that we're getting from people like you. And yeah, totally. It's been great. See you guys later.